Hello, hi, and welcome again to the Terminal Podcast, where in the end, it's all about the numbers. Today, we continue this hireman's return to the castle on the hill with another THS alum to answer a few questions. Please share your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Augustus, and I am calling from my car, obviously, in Maryland.
Okay. You are here this afternoon to answer the William E. Brown Memorial Questionnaire as build-up to the THS class of 1995 30-year reunion on October 18. The event includes a 10:30 a.m. tour of our old stomping grounds by a student ambassador with coffee, juice, and Teaneck Bagels to start the day. Later that evening, from 6 to 10, there's a full dinner buffet and open bar at Napoli Restaurant in Fort Lee with music by our own DJ Chalice. There's more info, including discounted hotel information and how to pay for all this fun. Check the Invite Me link in the description for full details, or you can find it on the THS group on the Facebook, or it might be on some other social media app I'm not familiar with. I'm old, hence the 30-year anniversary. You'd have to ask somebody else. As a former winner of this prestigious and random award, I'm here to ask someone else random questions, and after your answers, you may receive the same accolades I did. Adrienne, are you ready?
I am, but Martin, I have to ask you a question first.
Okay.
Do you need a plus one to that reunion? Because I'm class of 96, and you said a whole lot of things. I mean, the bagels, the restaurant, the open bar, or I could
Is
just
there,
crash. I mean, I'll sneak in the back.
well, the link will be there if you are interested, and I believe you can bring a plus one. So, uh,
Just
but
saying.
that is somebody else's department entirely. I'm just here for promotional
Okay.
uses only. So,
All right.
you ready?
Yes.
Question number one. Do you still think and or say you're from New Jersey?
Oh, absolutely. Now if I am traveling internationally, I say New Jersey because I'm always going to rep our state, but I let people know right outside of New York City because obviously you say New York City, people know that. But I'm a Jersey girl.
Okay. Question number two. What was your favorite mall growing up?
Garden State Plaza, duh. I was a mall rat. Friday or Saturday, I was circling that mall. That was the best mall. Who got to go to the Bergen Mall? Garden State Plaza.
So, when was the last time you were at a mall?
Oof. On purpose. Um, Probably a couple of weeks ago because I can get Smoothie King there and um makeup at a couple of stores where I like to go. Otherwise, it's my couch online shopping for sure.
Interesting, interesting. Okay. Question number three. Have you used or ever used advanced math like pre-calculus or trigonometry since high school?
You're assuming I actually got it in high school. I was I'm pretty sure I maxed out at Algebra 2 with Ms. Minkowitz, who was literally the first math teacher who taught me in a way where I was like, "Oh, I get it." Loved that lady. Didn't get her till senior year. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't even know if I use algebra in everyday life. Now, ask me what percentage off those shoes or that handbag is, and I can do that math real quick.
Which is basic arithmetic, so to speak, because it's percentages as opposed to
Well,
pre-calculus and is my
okay, who
assumption.
needs
No, I'm
you're
this.
that's
Go
what
ahead.
matters.
Yeah,
Don't no, don't tell the kids. That's all that matters.
well, it's interesting. I just find it interesting because I feel like we had to get up to at least algebra two to graduate, right? Or right, I
Yes.
guess algebra two and then pre-calculus is kind of right in the same sort of range. So it's but
Pre-cal was for the smarter kids. My brain doesn't do numbers. I think I was traumatized in middle school, and I won't call out that teacher. But yeah, I algebra 2 was it for me. Got to college and I got weeded out of the science program real quick because
Mhm.
of the math.
Interesting. Okay. Question number four. What do you think of drivers from other states? Speaking,
They're
I guess,
special.
from a Jersey girl.
Look,
It's
everybody has their style. I've lived in several different states. North Carolina, they don't use their turn signals. And that's one thing. People say that folks from our area drive crazy, but we use turn signals and we're
Mhm.
polite. Like if you put on your turn signal, somebody's going to slow down and let you in. Other places, you put on your turn signal, and that's like a warning that you actually need to take your exit, and other drivers don't want you to do it. Vegas, you have people from all over the place, so they're literally just colliding into each other with their different styles. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you do your best and try not to play bumper cars.
I I allow uh these answers to come forth without any sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Any sort of push or take or anything like that. So I don't have to say things like, yeah, use your signals to move around. And that's not a signal to not let me in. It's to, yeah. But
To let you in.
yeah, that's unfortunate. Question 5. Do you still have and or wear any of the clothing you wore in high school?
Oh, I wish I was at home. I still have a Teaneck sweatshirt, and oh my gosh, I have three things. Teaneck sweatshirt. I have a Teaneck High School band t-shirt, deep blue with I think a bunch of names on the back, and then my senior year t-shirt that had to have the J.R. Delaney stamp. Like everything, Principal Delaney had to have a stamp. We have his stamp on our t-shirt. And I think it says something like late night at Teaneck High. I think that was the theme they went with. So yeah, the t-shirts I sleep in, but you can still read the print. That's when they made good quality t-shirts, I guess. Yeah. Am I a nerd? Does that make me weird? Do you have anything?
No, I still I had a Teaneck baseball shirt. It was in the Teaneck blue, that royal blue with those on it. It was initially a
Yeah.
t-shirt and then it became cut off because I took off the sleeves. And then my daughter borrowed it and I haven't seen it since. So I'll just
Oh,
reminisce about that. And that's fine. Um, question number
I'm sure you have
6.
plenty of pictures with it.
Yeah, no. Question number 6. Do you remember the black door and the white door?
Yes. So sad.
Over a quarter
You want me to
century
elaborate on
later,
that?
I was going to say over a quarter century later, just your thoughts on it.
Is there still that clear like self-segregation happening?
I've not been back to New
Oh,
Jersey
I mean,
since the 20th century.
it
Just
was
your
sad.
thoughts.
I feel like when I came in or as I was leaving, they might have blended a little more. Um, but our town wasn't like there wasn't a line down the middle with African Americans and Caucasians. Unfortunately, the doors faced areas where you might have had more Caucasians coming in one and more African Americans coming in the other. And I always hated that. We prided ourselves in Teaneck as being very diverse and multicultural. And, I don't know who named those doors. Maybe it goes way back to when things were less integrated. But yeah, I never liked that. I'd go in and out of either door.
I believe you stated the reason for the names of the doors, at least historically speaking, as to why they were named that. But
Yeah.
as I've stated before, I feel is my class and you're a year after I graduated, they were just the nomenclature of that area of the school. It wasn't necessarily the who did what. It was that's the black door. That's, as opposed to saying that's the door to the south. You know what I mean? That was that
Right.
or something along those lines. It wasn't
Yep.
necessarily that. It was just this is what this is. Like that's the
Yeah.
exit. This is this exit.
Like
But
if you were going to
that's
meet your friends after school, you'd say, "Oh, I'll be outside the black doors or the white doors." I don't even know what those street names were.
exactly. It's
Just knew which
supposed to,
door.
yeah. So, but it is still a question and others might have a
Yeah.
different answer. And with that, I move on to question 7. Who did you have a crush on that never knew?
Oh
And I guess the
gosh.
last part of that is the key phrase is part of,
Never knew.
yeah, or not.
Um, oh,
I can play the Jeopardy theme if you'd like, but
I yeah, so the never knew part because I don't like there were older classmates I had a crush on, but I don't, I might have been walking around with the googly eyes and smiling funny and they had an idea. Do I have to, you want me to name somebody?
it's feel free. I was gonna say,
Well, so there was definitely an older, I think he might have been before the year before you. So 94, maybe even 93. But we had mutual friends. Like that was the cool thing about one of the cool things about Teaneck High School, like all the grades intermingled.
Mhm.
Um, I definitely never told him. We never dated. But yeah, I'm not gonna say it because he might be happily married with kids now, and then I think that's just weird.
I think the statute of limitations kind of cleared out after about 25 years, which is, but if you
So
don't
I should
want to,
say it. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. You can feel free or feel not to. That's, it's purely up to you. So I'm just asking the
I'm
questions.
I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm
Okay.
gonna leave that alone. If somebody is dying to know, they can message me.
There you go. Okay. Question number 8. Since we've graduated, since you've left, how far have you physically traveled from Teaneck High School? You use that as sort of the starting point. How far have you gone?
Um, so Dubai would be the furthest. Yes. Yes. Definitely Dubai.
And how was that?
I didn't love it. I was looking for more culture. They're turning it, or they've turned it into a very international city, and the architecture is beautiful. But at one point, I was like, I could be anywhere.
Hmm.
Um, they've really stripped it of what I thought I would get, which is a a cultural exchange, and really seeing a different way of life. They even called it adult Disney World, which annoyed me because at the time I was living in Vegas, and I was like, there already is an adult Disney World. Don't be that. Don't do that. But yeah, I felt like I needed to go to the rainforest or Antarctica and see like nature after I went there
Hmm.
because everything was so fake.
Hmm. Okay. Question number 9. What do you remember the science classrooms at TX High School looking like?
Um, like any of the other classroom. So let's see. I'm only remembering, I think, 11th grade and 12th grade. I had chemistry, and I won't name that teacher, but that was traumatic for me. And then senior
Okay.
year I had marine biology. And so I'm pretty sure like marine biology, there were whales and fish all over the walls. Oh, and then probably like random sinks and equipment at the desks.
Okay.
Am I
If
missing
there's
something? Was there something weird?
there's really no wrong answer. So
Oh, okay.
if that's what you remember, that's what you remember.
That's such
So
a random question, like really random.
it is question number 9, and it is the precursor to question number 10.
Okay.
What do you remember most from your life before graduation? There's obviously tons of moments, but what is just one of any of the standout moments? Like, this is something that happened to me before I graduated high school. Doesn't necessarily have to be from high school, just a moment from your life.
I mean, so many things are running through my head because I think I had the most fun in high school. Like college was cool, but it's the collection of positive interactions with so many different people. You don't get that. It took a while for me in college to recognize that most people didn't grow up the way we did. And it was just so wonderful being able to learn about different cultures. That's just big for me. I guess that's just how I'm wired. But um, I mentioned Ms. Minkowitz. Ms. Minkowitz was Orthodox Jewish, and she had the wig, and she, like, no joke, I think she had 11 kids. And when I graduated, she was pregnant again. Learning about Orthodox Jewish life and learning about my friends whose religions were different from mine. Just all of that rolled into one. because we all had so much fun together. I just it was the connection and also the fact that we socialized across grades. That's something I always explain to people. They're like, "Oh, were you with the cheerleaders or the jocks?" And I was like, "We didn't really do that. Everybody just hung out together." And I love that. I think that was so
And
special.
start back with you've reached the end and shall receive the same accolades as this former winner. Thank you very much. As
My
always,
pleasure.
thank you. As always, the Terminal Podcast ends with a trivia question. As I stated before, you were a year behind my graduating class, but I do recall you walking the halls with a regal presence, as if your last name alone was an easy history lesson in the making. How about Roman history for 800?
Oh,
Augustus,
oh,
also
jeez.
known as Octavian, was the founder of the Roman Empire and is credited for much, including creating a network of roads with an official courier system, an infrastructure system that survived for millennia across Western Europe. He died at 75, age 75, probably from natural causes. But what I'm looking for is in what year did he die?
Darn. Um, what year did Octavius die? 17,
Mhm.
16 or 17 something?
You want to pick one, 16 or 17?
I'll say 16
16? Okay.
something.
16.
1696? Is this connected to my graduation year?
No, it's not. It is just a number. I'm gonna stick with that being your final answer and say thank you for listening to the latest W.E. Brown questionnaire. Once again, this is a promotional tool for the THS class of 1995 30-year reunion on October 18. Events include a return to the castle on the hill, discounted hotel rooms, and a full dinner buffet, an open bar, along with fellow Highwayman DJ Chalice on the Wheels of Steel. Check the invite me link in the description for full details as well as the answer to this trivia question. And I'll be back soon enough with hopefully something better to put down. Adrienne, thank you very much.
It's been an honor. Thank you,
And,
Martin.
and take it easy down your life's highway. Have a good afternoon.